So today we are gonna focus on the graphs, how to draw graphs, and the transformation of graphs. So let's get to it. Let's see if you guys can view it properly. Otherwise, there is no mean of wasting time for something. If you guys cannot view it properly, it's +1. Okay. This graph, first what we'll do, we're gonna graph it. This is my first video, so I'm using a textbook instead of ruler. Then I'm gonna get one soon. Now let's label the graph. That's তিনটা করি আর so the vertical part of the graph is the y-axis. Let's label it. That makes our graph clarified. And the horizontal part of the graph, that's the x-axis. Now let's do the graph. So you take a graphing calculator and you just put 2. Let me show you how to do the function. Just ignore it. 2 math number, you guys can view it, right? Absolute value of x +1. Second graph to see the table and graph the function. We just need the table for now. Let's now label the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go -1, 2, -3, -4, 5, -6, -7, -10. Let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And -1, 2, -3, -4. 10. So we are done labeling the graph. Now what we'll do, we'll just plug in the points. We'll just look at the graph and plug in the points. 0 is 1. For 0 we go to 0, that's y value is 1. 1 is 3, 1, we go 1 to the right and go 3 up, 1, 2, 3. We go 2 to the right and then we go 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go 3 to the right and we go 7, 7 up. Now don't get a 7 up, by the way. We are doing math, so we need to be focused on math. 4 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Two, 3, -2 is 5, is 7, 7, -4 is 9, okay. We are done with this graph, and what we have to do right now, we just need to label it. We just need to match the points, connect the points, whatever you said. That's it. And this way. Let's label the graph. Let's use a marker so it will be more clear to you guys. F of x equal to 2x plus 1. Now we are not done. Here we have to show the transformation. We have to show the transformation and we have to show the domain and range. To show that, what we need to do right now is graph the other graph also, so that we can be clear. Let's see. Yep, that's good. The other graph is the parent function. We have to show here what is the transformation of the graph 2 of absolute value of x plus 1 from the parent function. And the parent function of absolute value graph is f of x equal to x. F of x equal to x. Let's write it by marker. Equal to x, and let's graph it. Y equal to same thing, second math absolute value of x, second graph Now my red one is the 2x plus 1 function, 2 absolute value of x plus 1 function, and the blue one is the sorry, I made a mistake here. My blue one is the 2 of x plus 1 function, and the red one is the just f of x function. F of x equal to absolute value of x function. Red one is the f of x equal to absolute value of x function, the parent function. Let's graph it. So to the 0, we get 0. 1 we get 1, 2 we get 2, 1, 2, 3. You know what is the best thing about math? When you understand it, it will be like a game. That's the best thing about it. So whatever math you do, you're doing calculus, you're doing trigonometry, you're doing algebra, you have to understand the game. That's it. It will be like a game for you. See how the graph is going and how I'm connecting it. Yes, excuse me for today for some mistakes done, because this is my first time recording a video and explaining everything to you guys. So this function, let's label it. F of x equal to x. Now both graphs are done. For you guys, I will do one thing. I will show the table. It's plus 1, which is x, f of x, nine. So this is the graph for 2 of x plus 1. And let's do the parent function. Absolute value of x, that is x So I basically plug in what is in the calculator to my copy. Now let's find the domain and range and look at the transformation. Those are like the details that you do when you do trig, and when you go to calculus, you look at the limits of the function, you look at differentiation and those types of things. So the domain is here is y. Domain will be negative infinity, comma, positive infinity. Here is y. If you look at the graph, let me write down. This is the domain for f of x, 2x plus 1. If you look at the graph, right, f of x equal to 2x plus 1, this graph will be continuing to the positive side forever. Forever it will continuing, it's not stopping. Okay, so it's positive infinity, and this graph is continuing to the negative side also forever, it will not stop. So it's negative infinity for here. So negative infinity, positive infinity. Range, the graph range will be upside down. X-axis, the domain will be right and left. Right and left. Range will be upside down. Upside down. I again repeat. So range will be গ্রাফটা থামছে কোন জায়গায় 1, 1 and positive infinity. গ্রাফটা থামছে কোন জায়গায় উপরের দিকে positive infinity, so that's the range 1 and positive infinity. And here we have to make an adjustment. Since the dot is a closed bracket, we'll put this sign over here, this type of bracket over here. This is the bracket for a closed bracket, and this is the bracket for an open bracket. Open, close. So that's the domain and range. Range, graph is continuing from 1, x equal to 1 to upwards forever. Forever. So that's positive infinity. 1 and positive infinity. And since 1 is a closed bracket, we put this sign. Let's now look at the transformation. Let's now look at the transformation. The graph কিভাবে explain করলে better হয়. This is the same graph, absolute value of x, but it has plus 1 to it. It has 2 absolute value of x plus 1. Plus 1 means the graph shifts, the full graph shifts 1 unit up. So you write the graph shifts 1 unit up, and you see the graph 2 of x plus 1 is narrower than the graph f of x equal to absolute value of x. This graph is narrower, and that graph f of x equal to x is much more wider. 1 unit up, it's narrower. Narrower, you're right, than the parent function. Parent function, I'm red marking it. So that's the full thing. That's the full thing. That's the full thing. Let me pause the video over here. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section.